All right. Thanks again for following up with me. I appreciate the repeat business. I really do. Um, so, we got your brother here today. And before I started recording, I was just taking a look at his grip, and it looked pretty good. So, it looks like you've been coaching him on that a little bit, which is cool. Um, Overall, from what I see, looks like your brother's kind of a newer golfer, maybe been playing a few years or on and off. I'd say probably 3, maybe. Um, he's athletic. He's got a good swing. We just got to fine tune it a little bit. He's been hitting the ball, or he hits the ball pretty well. Got a lot of power in it. Now we just got to figure out the mechanics of the swing. Like I said, he's got the athletic build to do it. And obviously, we're well past the beginning stages. Now we're working on getting better. So, um, I'm going to talk about a few things today that will hopefully, um, kind of help your brother out here and hopefully get him some lower scores and hopefully enjoying it a little bit more. All right, so I want to start off with our setup. And always, I've got Tiger always on the right as well. Of course, we got to have Tiger there. Some basic things. Whenever I look at a new student, I'm looking at, are their feet aligned okay? And it looks like there's a good amount of distance in between. Generally, inside the shoulders is a good indication of where your feet should be. You may spread it out a little bit from the driver, but right now it's really not that bad. I like where they're at. Inside the shoulder here. We could spread it out just a little bit more. It looks like this one's up a little bit more. It's because of the tilt, I think. But generally, the heel here line up with the inside of your shoulders. I'll do it again for Tiger here. Just to give you an idea. All right, so like I said, setup looks okay. You even bump your hands ahead a little bit here at the end, which I love. Now, first of all, before we take the club back, I want to talk about our first move away from the ball. It looks like you and your brother have been working on that, keeping this triangle together. All right, and I'm going to follow this triangle created with your arms together, and I'm going to show you Tiger's here too as well. All right, he's going to keep this triangle so well. See that little hand bump right there? Just like you do. Moves his hands ahead a little bit more. Keeping that triangle together. All right. Now that you see the triangle, I want you to connect another piece. So we've got the arms. I want this base of the triangle to be your chest. All right. So right now you do a good job of taking the arms back and keeping that triangle, but our chest stays here. All right. I want you to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So we still got our triangle, but our chest is still right here. All right, whereas Tiger over here on the right, let me draw a different color here. Got a triangle, and this will be our base. We go back. About here is wherever it starts going away, which is fine. But I want to show you. Look at his shoulder movement here. His shoulders are already turning, and his chest has turned with those arms a little bit. So what I want you to start working on is turning our upper body. And you do that here when we get up to the top, but also I want you to keep turning your hips as well. Get those hips behind you. All right, turn them in this direction. That right hip should be turning behind you. I'll kind of pause here at Tigers. It looks like you do a little bit, but I want you to keep working on getting turn in your swing, loading power into this leg here. All right, Tiger's got it all loaded up in his right leg right here. It looks like, from what I can see on video and what I saw from the other video, we're just turning our hips to be turning our hips. But I want you to learn how to load into this side. All right. So we've turned. We're turning our chest with our club here, not just when we get to the top. We're turning it the whole way, and we're loading into our right side. We're not just turning our hips for our upper body, but we're learning to get more weight and power on this foot here, on the inside of our foot. All right, and one little thing also I want you to look at. Look how straight Tiger's arm is here. Got a little bend in it. And that's okay. You know, it's okay if you can't get it to where you are right here. It's okay if you can't get the club to here. You will eventually. But right now, I want you to, even if it shortens your swing to, let's say, here, I want you to keep that right arm straight. All right, keep this right arm straight. Even if it shortens your swing to where Tiger's at right here, you will get it over here. You will. But it's going to teach you to not overswing. It's going to correct a lot of problems as well. All right. So these little minor things I want you to work on for now. Turning, feeling a power load into our right leg here. Not just turning our hips to be moving them to the right, but really loading power, loading weight, loading everything in the swing on that right leg. At the top of your swing, you're going to probably feel, let's call it 65-35. 65 being on this foot, 35 being on this one over here. All right, but you've got to turn and really get the power going. Keep that right leg straight. Or sorry, keep the, keep your left arm straight. And like I said, if it shortens your swing, so be it. Start this off very slow. I want slow practice swings. Eventually, when you start hitting a ball, hit it very slow. Don't just go up there trying to crush it, loading your power. You've got to start this slow, because if you just start it really fast, it's not going to be pretty. All right, you're going to be embarrassed on the driving range. Believe me, I've been there. You've got to slow it down. All right, when you first start, you got to get the feel. This is going to be a new feeling. Let your body adjust to this new feeling. All right, once I see some progress on this, we'll start diving into a little bit more technical stuff. But for now, this is where you're going to see some improvement. Loading your right leg, keeping that left arm straight. And let's throw one more thing in there. Keep that head a little bit straighter as well. Keep that head a little bit still. See, there's a little bit of a movement here, back. Let's try to keep it very quiet. Draw that same arrow on Tiger. When we go back, see how quiet his head stays? His body is shifting, not he's turning away from the ball and turning up into it, but he's not shifting laterally. He's using his body and turning. All right, message me if you have any questions. Good luck with everything. Looking forward to seeing the progress. Thank you.